Alright, well, greetings once again from the woodlands of Pennsylvania. I'm out here again, just going to be doing some exploring, some wandering about. I am going to show you some ruins here that I was at almost exactly 4 years ago. The first year that I was started on YouTube, but those videos are pretty horrible. Actually, I don't know if that video is still up anymore. I took some of those initial videos down. They were just pretty awful, but these are some ruins here. I'm kind of on the outskirts of what's called Swatara State Park, and I think we'll be heading on to some national park lands because the Appalachian Trail goes through as well. Most of you were not watching my videos back then, so I thought I'd come back and revisit this area just to see if there's anything here that I missed, or just to show it to you again. I have a lot of new subscribers since then, so. And then after we're done looking at these ruins here, I'm just going to take off and go exploring and just see what we find. Just one of my wandering videos. So I'm gonna quit yapping here, and then I'll show you what's here. There's several foundations, probably a house down there. There's a road down there, you can probably hear it already. So initially we'll hear some road traffic, but once we get away from the highway, things should quiet down. All right, let's get exploring. So let me just give you a little view of where I am first. Up there is where I parked. Of course, down there's the road. That's Route 343. That takes you into Greenpoint. Most people have no idea where Greenpoint is. If you're not from the area, you would have no idea. Greenpoint's not even on the map, but I know where it is. If you live in this area, you know where Greenpoint is. And my best friend John grew up in Greenpoint, so I used to come up here in high school a lot when he still lived up this way. But he doesn't live up here anymore. Let me turn you around again. That's what that is. Of course, that's the parking lot for the Appalachian Trail right up there too. Right there. So right below us here are some of the ruins that we'll take a look at in a moment. You can kind of see the stone walls. Right by the parking area there's a barn, and there is the ruins of at least the foundation of a house down there as well. So like I said, we'll start up here at these ruins, check these out, then we'll go, I don't know if we'll go to the barn and the house next, and after that I'm just gonna go. That's kind of what the plan is today. I don't really have a plan, but that's kind of what it is. Alright, so here is that first set of ruins. Right up there is where I was sitting for the intro of this video. There's like a little old doorway here, or what once was the doorway coming in. And I don't know what this building was. There's like a lower level down there. I don't know if this was a house as well or something else. There's still some neat stonework here that's well preserved. All nicely covered in moss. It goes all the way down in there as well. Some of the stonework is held up better than others around here. Let's get down here. These walls down here are toppled. Down here is something interesting as to what the fate of this building was. You know, that there looks burned. That was burned. Because I think the last time I was here 4 years ago, I think I found some charred wood up by where the barn was too. So I'm wondering if these buildings were burned at one time, and that's why you see stuff like this. I can't say for sure. It's a decent sized building here. You can see the different levels. And let me say this too, if you know what some of these buildings are, if you have more information about the history of this place, you can share that down below in the comments of what's going on here. Or if you think you have some ideas of what some of these structures would have been. I mean, the one's pretty easy to identify as a barn, but like this one, I'm not really sure what it was. But you know, some people know more about this stuff than I do. All right, I think we're gonna go down to where the house was. What I'm pretty sure was the house. It's right next to the road, so we're gonna hear some of that traffic. It's not a super busy road, but yeah, that traffic noise is still kind of annoying. All right, let's get down there. So up ahead of us is where the next foundation is. There is like a little pond over here. That little pond is just down from where we were up there where those ruins were, so I mean, this is definitely an artificial pond. Definitely dug out at one time. And we are right next to a creek here. Alright, let's make our way up to those ruins up there. Actually, a quick change of plans here. I'm going to go ahead and show you the barn ruins right here, because since I'm walking right past them, but this was the traditional bank barn, they called it, because they would build a bank of dirt up, and that would be the inside of the barn, the lower level. And there, of course, there'd be an upper level too. Usually, you know, they drive their wagons up here to get into the upper level of the barn. That's what this bank was for. But in here was the actual barn. At least what's left of it. Some stonework left. Not a lot. So we're standing in the area where the cows most likely were. And the wall would have continued this way, but it's just a pile of rubble now. Alright, now we'll go down to that other structure, which is just right down there. So right up there was the barn, and of course way up that way is where we were at first, so just for perspective. And this is a building, there's another building here that I missed when I was here 4 years ago. There's a foundation right here as well. The other foundation I'm talking about was right over there that I did know about, but I missed, there's something right here too that was in front of, between the barn and what I'm thinking might have been the house over here. Or I could be wrong about that, maybe this isn't the house. But there's definitely, you can kind of make out a foundation here. Oh yeah, there's more stone, there's more like concrete work up here, so this is something else. Another kind of outbuilding. Interesting. Then over here behind us is what I was thinking may have been the house. I could be wrong, but it's right by the road. And it does have some nice stonework down there, so I don't know, it kind of looked house-like to me. Some old remnants. I mean, there's even some of the old wood attached to this pole. So that looks like a round nail. Yeah, see, there is some nice stonework. It looks like it belongs to a house. All right, let's take a walk up inside the house here. This always seemed like a porch to me right here, of some sort. It's all concrete. And it is kind of a small structure, so maybe it's not a house. But this little nook over here always intrigued me, because there's a little doorway that heads over into just this little nook right here. It always kind of reminded me of like this was like the outhouse or something. I know they usually didn't have an outhouse attached to the house, but it just kind of has the look of like a bathroom almost. Maybe it was for something else. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments what you think this little nook area is for. And it just kind of, there's clearly an opening for it in there. And all it is this little area. I always thought it'd be interesting to dig this out, remove all the rocks, and see what was down below. I'm not gonna do that today, but might make a nice future video maybe. We'll see. And here you can see how they, just had it filled with rocks underneath. Then they poured the concrete on top of all those rocks. Alright, so at this point I'm going to head back up to his initial ruins, and then from there I'm just going to start basically following a little creek and just, wandering about and exploring a little bit. Let this car go past. I think I have explored up that way in the past years ago, but I don't remember. That was so long ago. I don't remember how much of all that I explored. So I'm just going to go up there again. It's a fairly nice day here in late November, so why not? You can stop watching at this point if you want to. I don't know if we'll find any more ruins or anything interesting. I may not even do any more filming. We'll see. But I'm just going to do what I do and go out wandering now. And once again, if you have ideas about some of these ruins, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Right, let's go wandering. Well, I'm back at those original ruins. I just want to mention too, all these old homesteads and ruins, they all have a story to tell. And when I'm out exploring these areas, I always try to find out what that story is. To see if you can gain any little bits of information, about who lived here, what were they doing here. And there's a barn, so it's obviously a farm of some sort. But it always kind of makes you wonder, who these people were. But not too much information here, just some foundations. I guess if you dug around a little bit more, you might find, more artifacts. But it's a state park, so that's not really an option. And so the wandering about portion of this video begins. Of course, the creek is down there, but I decided to walk up here for now. Of course, the farther we walk this way, then we'll get further away from that traffic noise.
Got some pretty massive root balls here. Looks like several trees blew over here at one point. Maybe because we gotta keep our eyes open for any artifacts, Native American or otherwise. Might be a good place to look.
Well, I did find one little bit of pottery here, just a small bit. So, maybe someone was living out this way as well.
So there is a sign up on that tree up there. Some yellow blazes out here. I don't know if you can see that sign out there or not. I want to check up there, see what that's all about. I guess I can almost read it from here. No hunting. Okay. Oh, that's the boundary for the national park lands. That's what that is. Because the Appalachian Trail is literally right up there. It's the Appalachian Trail. Alright, I should probably explain that whole national park situation there as best as I can, as best as I can remember. The Appalachian Trail itself is a national park, if I remember correctly, but not all the land that it goes through is a national park. Like currently, we were earlier there, we were in Swatara State Park, and other times in Pennsylvania it goes through state game lands a lot. There are sections along the Appalachian Trail where the National Park Service owns larger tracts of lands connected, or on which the Appalachian Trail goes through. And that's what this section here is. I mean, this is not like a national park right here that you're going to see on any maps or anything, but it's land owned by the National Park system. So that's what it is. There's no special park right where I am right here. It's just because the Appalachian Trail goes through there. There's a lot of places along the Appalachian Trail that are owned, like larger sections that are owned by the the National Park Service. That's kind of what's going on here, if I explained it best there. Because I stumbled upon some interesting mushrooms. I mean, they look like they've kind of had it for the season, but I'm not entirely sure what they are. But if you watch my channel, you know I love my mushrooms. This might be a good log to sit down and take a break on as well, I think. So earlier this morning I was feeling a little bit down. I guess you could say a little bit depressed maybe. Because there was an issue had come back up in my life that I kind of hoped had been kind of forgotten or put to rest, but I'm not going to get into that, but that had kind of resurfaced in the past couple of days. It's nothing horrible, but it's something I'd rather not have to deal with. But anyway, this isn't the place to talk about that, but so I was feeling a little bit down, but coming out in the woods like this is always helpful to me. The woods is like a place of healing for me. It's a place to think or to pray or to do whatever you do. Even back when this issue I'm talking about, when it came up years ago, it was a pretty heavy issue, and it's kind of one of the reasons why I started making these videos, and because I started going out in the woods more and just spending time out there. Anyway, I know some people fear the woods. They almost, like, I'm not on any trail right now, and I'm not saying like, oh, good for you, you know, Cliff is brave. I'm just saying, you know, like, for me the woods, it feels like home when I'm out here. I don't feel any fear or anything. I know it's different for other people. You know, for some people the city is home, whereas for me the city is like, you know, I don't like cities. I don't like walking around them, and they're just not nice places. But some people love the cities and fear the woods. I guess it's kind of the opposite for me. So I just find it healing and relaxing to be out in places like this. Just to wander around, have no real agenda at this point, just kind of wandering around. Alright, well, break time is over, and we're going to get on exploring again, or wandering. Lots of down trees behind me, so I might steer off in another direction. I know at some point I'm going to hook up with the Appalachian Trail, and that'll take me back to the Jeep. But let's just keep wandering. Alright, I guess we'll just head up that way. Alright, sounds like a plan. So at this point I am basically looking for the Appalachian Trail. It should be up here somewhere. If I'm in the area that I think I'm in. Now I did see my first other creature out here. There was a squirrel out here. Got a glimpse of one. Just hasn't been no wildlife out here today. I mean, there are animals out here, but this time of year they're pretty things are pretty quiet this time of year, just the way it is. You can see here no birds or anything. Not that they're not here, they're just not active right now. So, alright. So I will catch up with you again when I find where the Appalachian Trail is. Hopefully. Yeah, so the trail is right there. I just gotta cross this little gully and we'll be on the AT. And we'll head back to the Jeep. Alright, so I am nearing the end of my journey here, so I'll probably just wrap the video up here. We are on the Appalachian Trail, as I pointed out earlier. So I'm gonna back to the Jeep in a bit. I'm gonna head, brew up some coffee, maybe add a little something extra to it, and just try and relax this evening and watch other people's videos, I think. But anyway, if you're still with me, thanks for coming along with me on this little ruins and wanderings journey. We found some ruins and just wandered around the woods together a little bit. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting my channel, and I'll see you around.